and welcome back to what is quite likely the final episode of Outer Wilds. I'm Duo. I've been accompanying you on this wonderful interstellar cosmic journey, and we're going to get to the very bottom of the mysteries of the Eye of the Universe, and what hope there is for this solar system that is in the process of dying not even 22 minutes from now. To get the ball rolling on that, we're going to be heading to the Ash Twin to retrieve a warp core that we need to fuel the vessel. The vessel is the Nomai ship that they rode in on to discover the source of the signal that the Eye was putting out, and things went a little south for them in the Dark Bramble. But if we put a new warp core in there and pop in those coordinates we found from Giant's Deep, we might just have a chance at finding the Eye of Universe and, who knows, maybe saving life as we know it. To recap, we have checked out the Quantum Moon, we've seen the Quantum Shrine, we went to the 6th location and had a wonderful dialogue with Solanum. We are now friends. It's wonderful, and it's kind of unfortunate that she may be alive and not alive at the same time until observed. Oof. And we found her body on the South Pole. She's still alive somehow. Fascinating. Those are just notes about the vessel, about the ship. The warp core is dead. We're actually able to find, listen to messages from other Nomai vessels, that there is an impending death of the universe. So things are not good in the universe. The Hearthians came into existence right at the end of the natural time frame of the universe itself. How unfortunate. So we're heading to Ash Twin. We might actually stop by Ember Twin and just say hello to Chert, our dear egg-shaped friend who plays the drums. Since it's going to be probably 6-7 minutes until the sand is moved over between the planets enough for me to make a attempt at teleporting using the towers there. Oh, no, don't break. I need the ship in one piece, more or less. Oh, there's the campsite. I'm coming, Shirt! Here's Duo. Goodness, it's you. Hello. I take it your first launch went well then? Welcome to the Hourglass Twins. Mind the sand now. I found something! Oh boy. I found Nomai writing about the sun station. And what's in orbit around the sun? Then do you think this sun station? Quite clever of the Nomai to devise a way to study the sun up close and personal. It must have been tremendously difficult to construct, and hot inside. I can only imagine. Wonder how they were able to travel back and forth from the sun station and the Hourglass Twins, and the slightest slip-up would have meant a fiery death. They just landed their shuttle on it. It's easy peasy. You actually get an achievement if you can land your shuttle on the sun station as it's making its way around the sun, instead of, taking the prescribed way and using a tower to warp there from the Ash Twin. I found something. I found modern Nomai transmissions saying that the universe is dying. As an astrologer, how do you feel about this? You... what? I don't... what? You mean to say there are modern Nomai out in other parts of space? And they believe the universe, all of it, the whole thing, is dying? Currently? Right now? If that's true, how could I have missed so many signs? The supernova were there, but I've been studying the stars for, well, what does it matter if, oh. I'm very sorry, but I have to look over my charts. hope you don't mind. Oh. Instead, we just spun him back into full existential crisis mode. And, in this time of great panic, I'm just gonna roast a marshmallow in front of him. I can't give it to him. It must be really hard to eat with that egg-shaped helmet on, but, I'll eat it in honor of him. Delicious. Gonna take a nap. Gonna pass like... let's pass like 3 minutes. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Okay. Sands have started moving down on Ash Twin. It's about 3 minutes in. So this is a good opportunity for us to get on over there. Not seeing any signs of the towers, but we're closer to it. And actually, here they are. So these are the towers that we need to be inside of when the time is right. Because each tower is designed to represent its celestial formation, and so these two towers represent the Hourglass Twins. This one that is complete represents the Ember Twin, and this one that's a little damaged represents the Ash Twin. And so when the Ember Twin is overhead, it completes the celestial alignment, and you warp inside the Ash Twin, which is directly below our feet. It didn't make that super easy to figure out, but from what I hear, earlier versions of the game actually described it differently, so it was very hard for people to naturally find this. Now, the only problem we run into, which wasn't an issue at the end of the other one, is that when the Ember Twin is overhead, there's a massive pillar of sand between us and the warp pad here that's going to drag us up. So the trick is, if I'm not mistaken, kind of hide in this little alcove, and at the second when the pillar is directly over that thing, we're going to jet out using our thrusters downwards and try to get caught up in the black hole. In theory. If my scout disappears, that'll be a good signal of it's time to go. There it goes. I'm in. So we are here for real now. With plenty of time to explore, we're going to do some reading, but we're going to be fairly quick because we've got a time limit. 8 minutes, 6 seconds ago, received data from previous cycles. So each time a cycle happens, the data is ripped straight from my skull, straight from Gabra's skull, and straight from the probe tracking module, and sent here. From here, it is sent through a black hole, I'm assuming, with a lot of power. So much power, we're talking like the explosion of the sun is powering this thing. Sent 22 minutes into the past, into a white hole, where the data is then pushed into my brain, Gabra's brain, and the probe tracking module. So it's like we've gone back in time 22 minutes. And this cycle happened most recently 8 minutes and 8 seconds ago. We're receiving data from the probe tracking module, from Giant's Deep memory statue, which is Gabro, and Timber Hearth memory statue, which is me. We've got 14 minutes until the cycle ends. Ooh. Terrifying. Let's not be here when it happens. Yara, today we finished the excavation of the Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet. The Ash Twin Project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll have to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Lab, I still can hardly believe Raimi's hypothesis was true. You know, sticking something in a black hole and it comes out the white hole before it even hits the black hole. So strange. Yara, Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now, Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Cassava, hypothesis. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Okay, hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. Yarrow. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Yarrow. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Malo tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. Yarrow, but then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Malo, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Malo part of the problem? Malo's part of the problem. Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they look truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we can shut down the project. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and at last it's complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power that the Ash Twin project requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task. So, right here they're talking about how they're planning on making the Sun explode to power the Ash Twin project, and when that happens, they're going to shoot a probe, use the power of the Sun's explosion to send that data from that probe 22 minutes back in time, and then send the probe off in a different direction. So they only need to fire the probe once per cycle, and they've done this hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times by the time this Harthian became aware of that. So, yep, but of course they did not succeed, so it's now the natural end of this star, and that supernova is what is powering this project, and we only became aware of it, you know, on the cycle that the Ash Twin project succeeded. So it kept on going back in time and sending data back to itself over and over and over again until it found the eye, and then it started pairing with two unfortunate Harthians that walked by the two different statues. But for us, that's most fortunate, because that is letting us explore. You know, it would have worked that way for the Nomai, so they could have not prompted the universe to blow up if they had already successfully found it. So, you know, that's what allowed them the idea of blowing up a star system, is because by the end of the final loop, you know, once they'd found all the data they needed, they would just opt not to blow up the star system, and they would continue on with the knowledge that they'd gotten, you know, after only passing 22 minutes over and over and over and over again. And that's why they felt okay blowing up a sun, but that never happened. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from the cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle out well, and that was the plan. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station, Pi says. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. From Rami. Idea. This is easier expressed than accomplished. Easier said than done. Pi, you can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer. Idea. You'll need to find some way to halt our aging processes. Well, that's what happens. However, this is the closest we've ever been. Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to unpower it. Perhaps there's another way. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. And that's where they... That was the source of their doom. The interior of the comet exploded, blanketing the entire system in ghost matter, which is dangerous stuff. It takes a long time to evaporate. That's why we still see patches of it here and there, 300,000 years in the future almost. There are projection stones. I think we've read most of these before. Yep. Talking about getting the ore for the shell, which is a sparkly ore that's all around us. From Olino in the mines on Timber Hearth. Let's see. Yep, this is the transmission we got from the Black Hole Forge projection stone. And they're just like, oh, the advanced warp core is ready to be installed. And no, it's not. Yes, it is. And so they installed it, presumably right above us, in the core of it all. Any other stones? Any other bits of news? From Giants Deep, what do you have for us? Yep, the masks. Just talking about how it's creepy, but they're here, but they'll activate if it succeeds or fails. Those masks are storing our memories. Or the memories of whoever is paired with them, really. Alrighty, folks. It is do or die time. We've got gravity controls here. We've got some whirly ball, and I think this is really going to be what lets us make a bad decision. Caution, you're about to access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. Yep, it's been actively storing our memories and sending us 22 minutes back in time over and over. So messing with the core is a dangerous thing. Because if you remove that and you disable the Ash Twin project, if you die for real. You're no longer going back in time. This is the end. So you have to make sure you really want this. And I really want this. Look at that. Is that not super cool? The black hole, it's a white hole on the same core. Just like the one in the ship, but less broken. We're going to disable the artificial gravity and grab ourselves a core. Maybe not break our faces against it. That would be nice. We can repower it. We can unpower it. And here we go. This is do or die. We cannot afford to die here. Things would be very bad if we died. Need to hurriedly get to the vessel, put this in, dump those coordinates into the vessel, and make our way to what is supposedly the Eye. We can only hope anyways. As this universe is going, and we need to find a way to save it. Oh yeah, listen to that. This is a dank version of the theme, the end times, which is, what normally plays when the sun's fixing to go supernova. There's a sense of finality to this, and let me not go careening into the sun. That would be ill-advised at this part of the game. You're heading to the Dark Bramble and praying to whatever forces that are, we do not find ourselves on the wrong end of a anglerfish. Gonna land, setting up our landing. There's the interloper. We are moving towards the Dark Bramble. We can enter right through its belly button right here. Oh boy, sweaty hands. Let us not kiss any anglerfish while we are exploring. It's ill-advised, or so I'm told. Alrighty, here we go. Woo! Oh god. Oh boy, that's terrifying. Ooh. I passed right under that thing. I think I entered this one with too much momentum. How close am I? Too close, too close, too close. I do not like this. I'm going to dash straight into it once I line up with one of the holes. Pray to God I don't get eaten. Alrighty, this is it. Don't notice me, senpai. Appears to be a pretty safe route. Safer than could be expected anyways. Just don't get caught in the thorns. Oh, this is the graveyard. Oh boy. Full speed ahead. Don't let the thing find you. Don't get slammed by this either. Alrighty. As much speed as we can, and then we hands off. Don't touch anything. Don't breathe. Viewers, you too. Hold your breath. Ooh. Ooh. Hear that? They are ugly, and they are listening, but there is nothing to hear here, as we are holding our breaths. Nothing to hear here. Towards the core where their eggs are, or what I'm assuming are their eggs anyways. I wonder how much I could sell some anglerfish caviar in the Eye of the Universe for. I think I'm close enough. I'm gonna start making the advance. Ears open, listening for screamers. Don't hear any. I hear some of them breathing. I'm just gonna go for it. This is it, I hope. Yes, this is it. We have made it. Whew, slow down. Got the core. It would suck. We died because we smashed into the vessel with the core. Let's get in. Let's flip around. And here we go. Can't imagine this system has much time left before things go explodey. We've got some power. Appears to do nothing. Let's power the warp drive. Okay, so we've got a code to put in here. Hope that's not the sound of the sun going supernova. This makes me uncomfortable. Let's very quickly put in the code that's on the bottom of my screen. And drop the ball into literally everything else. Oh boy. There we go. Code has been inputted. Alrighty. All hands on deck. Buckle up. Engaging the warp drive. There it is. Wonder if we can see the quantum moon if we spin around enough. Maybe that is the quantum moon. Hard to say. But for the time being, let's get over there. Wonder if that's our solar system over there. That's our star. There's a lot of gravity here. It is strong. There's the vessel in all of its glory. On the North Pole, let's make our way to the South Pole. Man, this is so eerie. There's lightning. There's a tumultuous storm beneath us. And we're trying to head towards that. Ugh. You know, are we going to observe all possibilities and collapse them down into a single one? How will we go about doing that? Oh man, that is something else. Oh. Come on. Come back to Papa. Nope, my scout is gone. Lost the quantum something or another. Wow. Goodbye, little friend. You were very, very helpful. May you rest ever in peace. God, so creepy. Trees, stones, just warping in wherever. Hello! Because it's ever getting darker and flashing because of the lightning. These things are just warping in all wanton. Here is this thing. You know, the actual eye of the universe. The very iris it peeks through. I'm assuming we have to go up into it. Okay, this is like gravity plating, I guess. Fair, fair. I'd love to send a probe down in there, but my probe is gone. So I will have to use myself. Alrighty. Deep breath. Here we go. Oh boy. There's some weird stuff going on here, folks. This is the Timber Hearth Museum. Except there is nothing outside, and I'm pushed back in if I try to go out. Outer Wilds Ventures was founded by Feldspar, Gossin, Slate, and Hornfels to explore a solar system at the end of the universe. So it's slightly different. Instead of a museum, is this more of a memorial? Lights are off. It's depressing. That's the flag that was planted on the Idle Rock. The Nomai never got to see it for themselves, but thanks to their efforts and technology, a Hearthian was able to reach the eye of the universe. That's me! Yay! There are no balls. Quantum Grove is not quantum. Or maybe everything's quantum right now. The Nomai who came to our solar system were following a signal from the eye of the universe. They perished when the interloper arrived, bringing with it a deadly substance called ghost matter that flooded the entire system almost instantly and without warning. So that's, yeah, what we surmised earlier. Of all the life forms who will perish in the oncoming death of the universe, we will miss the anglerfish the least. I agree. At the end of its lifespan, our sun collapsed under its own gravity and then exploded in a violent supernova. Yeah, so it's actually over. We're stating these as, you know, fact. It's already happened. Maybe from our point of view? Maybe this is all from our point of view? Since this is what we know, this is what we are projecting onto the eye, we've collapsed down probability into this right here. A memorial for the universe. So quiet. Hornfels observations. This is incredible. At first I thought the points of light in this image were stars, but they're not. They're galaxies. And this image covers just a tiny patch of the whole sky. which means the universe contains at least 1,000 times more galaxies than we previously imagined. I think I need to sit down. These are the same ones from before. Oof. Nothing else to see here. There's no launch codes to get. This is just our galaxy. And we shall observe. That's a lot of solar systems exploding. That's an entire galaxy that just went. An entire galaxy. Hundreds of thousands of stars. Are these more galaxies? Crickets? There's a forest. So since we are just observing it from our point of view using what we know, maybe it just makes more sense to describe the universe as a giant forest. These being the branches of trees. Oh god, did I just destroy that galaxy? That one just fizzled out. That one too. I think they're all going. I'm observing the end of the universe. And destroying a few along the way. It's me. At the end of it all, I'm observing myself. There's a tree. Let's see. Smaller tree. Campfire. And here at the end of everything, maybe the beginning of everything, outside the grasps of time, I have observed a campfire, and I am roasting a marshmallow. Better get it perfect. Delicious. Trees are starting to blink in. This must be one of those quantum things. If I keep spinning around, maybe something will happen. It's a rocking chair. Except I can't even get in front of it. You can stand on top of a fire without roasting. Hello, Esker. Do you hear music? No, not in particular. Do you hear music? Oh, it's my buddy Ryback. It's his banjo. Let's go find him. Structure's coming down. And as an archaeologist, with this time passing, you know, it's becoming more accessible. grab that. Let's go say hello. I'm sure he's here now. So we appear to be gathering our friends, our fellow travelers, our astronaut friends. It's not quite time yet. Pretty sure we'll need the others for this next part. We'll need, you know, everyone. No rush. Take your time. It might not even exist here. Oh, don't move. Can't see you. Safe? Lots of jellyfishes. Still see inside their cavities. Disgusting. Drums and... oh, it's the quantum poetry. This is Gabbros. So we follow the arrow. Glade across old bark. Oh, in the ancient glade, it's always dark. Hello. It's Church Telescope! Yay! Let's get Churt! I love you, man! Aha. There's just one left. It's a piano. But I don't know of any of my fellow travelers that played a piano. Not in the Outer Wilds Adventures, though. Bunch of Nomai skeletons. Pointing up. Standing, reaching towards the star. Standing on top of each other's shoulders. There's 5 of them. They made a shuttle all together, you know, through the progress of their, you know, their research and their scientific disciplines, you know, they were able to reach the stars. So this is going to be a Nomai then. And if it's a Nomai, I can only think of one that I've met. She plays the piano, huh? That's one of their space masks. Let's head back to the campfire. I think everyone's here. Howdy, folks. Can't wait to play with the whole group again. Can I start? Not yet. Oh, okay. I'll get to play soon though, right? Oh, just missed everybody. What do you say then? Should I get out the old harmonica? Not yet. You got it, hatchling. When you're ready, just say the word. What do you say, Tom buddy? Are you ready to start the music? No rush. I'm not going anywhere. A conscious observer has entered the eye. I wonder what happens now. Is it time to find out? Not yet. Then I will wait until you are ready to know the answer. Should I begin? Not yet. Okay. I'll wait until you're ready. And sure. Shall I begin? Not yet. Take your time. I don't think there's anything left to go supernova. Oh. Even in the end, he's just having an existential crisis. Well, Oscar, you're first. Followed by Feldspar. And then Gabbro. Man, that is some weird smoke. You go, Chirrut. And Ryback. Should I begin? Yes. You got it. I'll do my best. All the original travelers playing together. Righty, what do you have for us, Solomon? This song is new to me, but I am honored to be a part of it. Oh, chills. Whoa. Wow. How long has it been since I got to make music with everyone around a campfire? I'm really happy we're all here. Yeah, me too, Esker. You cut it a little close, don't you think? Well, it worked out alright in the end, I suppose. I hope there are beasties in the next one. I tell you what, this has been really fun, and I got to make something pretty cool, so I've got no complaints. I mean, not me, exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know? Yeah, buddy. I learned a lot by the end of everything. The past is past now, but that's, you know, that's okay. It's never really gone completely. The future is always built on the past, even if we won't get to see it. Still, it's, time for something new now. Even if it's over now, I had a good time learning, but I think the rules are about to change. Oh, poor Chirrut. I believe we've reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Are you ready to learn what comes next? Yeah, I think so. This is the end of everything and maybe the beginning of something new. Admire your curiosity, friend. Let's find out together. Sure thing, Solomon. Let's jump up into that. Let's expand that possibility. Oof. Let there be light. This is a big bang. Kind of looks a little bit like a supernova. Oh, I just died. For real this time. There's a new universe. Thanks to us. God, I've got chills. So bad. Oh man, that's amazing. Alrighty. I'm just gonna be quiet for this part. You know, in honor of all the developers who made this amazing game, but I'll be back after the credits. Just enjoy The beautiful music. Man, that was beautiful. Oh, here we are, 14.3 billion years later, in a new universe. Wow. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, roasting marshmallows. It continues. And there's my probe. That's where it went off to. Oh, man. Oh, I love this game. Thank you all so much for following me on this wondrous journey of space exploration and discovery and adventure. You know, this is my first complete series, and I'm truly glad that I picked Outer Wilds. I don't think there have been any games that have just so profoundly inspired the spirit of adventure and discovery within, you know. It's not a super linear game. You know, if you know to go to the Ash Twin and grab the core, you can beat it on the very first loop. But you wouldn't ordinarily know that. You would explore the entire system and piece the clues together bit by bit by bit until you finally had an idea of what was going on and what you needed to do. And just awesome. You could see the spirit of discovery reflected in the writing. You know, the Nomai were curious, were trying to discover the signal for the eye of the universe, but even in their own system they were trying to, you know, doing things like the Ash Twin project, figuring out that they could send data, you know, 22 minutes back in time, and I don't know, the writing was just excellent. You know, each of the Nomai had their own personality, you know. Idea was kind of stick in the mud who was very strong from an ethics standpoint, who just didn't want to explode the sun. You know, you had Pi and Raimi and all of them. You had Malo and Yarrow, and then on the Hearthian side, I mean, you had a very unique cast of characters. You know, I mean, there's yourself, you know, an explorer who's going back in time every 22 minutes. You know, you got to meet Chert, an astronomer, you know, maybe a little neurotic, who's realizing that the universe is ending. You've got Gabbro, who's stuck in the same loop you are, and he just goes with the flow, plays his flute, takes a nap maybe, dies, starts it all over again. You got Ryback, who's terrified of space, but he is so intrigued by archaeology that he was inspired to get into a ship and go, you know, face his fear, even if he's not doing it very well, to study archaeology, you know. And heck, even Esker, you know, a little lonely up there on the moon outpost, but kind of keeping an eye on everything. And then, of course, Feldspar, our favorite daredevil pilot. All beautifully written, all beautifully unique, you know, so much personality and flavor there. And I think a very special mention goes out to Andrew Paralo for composing the soundtrack to this, you know, game. This game would not be the same without the music. You know, that last scene wouldn't have happened without his careful direction. You know, the beautiful banjo and harmonica. He's a stellar musician, and he has made this game special. So, special shout out to him. Well, that about wraps this up for the last time. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you have any suggestions on, you know, what series you'd like to see me do next, please put them down in the comment section below. If you've stuck with me this far, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm a new channel, and I'd really appreciate your subscription. It's gonna, you know, let me know that you liked it, that you watched it, you know, and of course, let me know what you want me to do. I would love to continue playing games alongside all of you. Well, thank you all so very much for watching, and remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay curious. This is Duo, signing off. Bye-bye.